Have you ever wondered if you're making a bigger impact on the world than you realize? Most people go through life underestimating the effect they have on others. They think inspiration is reserved for celebrities, leaders, or people with huge followings. But the truth is, some of the most inspiring individuals are those who move quietly through life, never fully aware of the light they bring into the lives of others. Today, I want to reveal to you the hidden signs that you are far more inspiring than you think. These are the subtle, often overlooked signals that people around you notice, even if you don't. You might not see yourself as a role model, but your words, your actions, and even your presence can ignite something powerful in others. Sometimes the most inspiring people are the ones who doubt themselves the most. So, if you've ever wondered whether you're making a difference or if you've ever felt invisible, this video is for you. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign is one that almost nobody talks about, but it's one of the most powerful indicators of true inspiration.
Sign 1. People open up to you easily. One of the clearest signs that you inspire others is how easily people confide in you. Have you noticed that friends, colleagues, or even strangers tend to share their dreams, fears, or struggles with you? Maybe you found yourself in deep conversations with people you barely know, and they end up telling you things they've never told anyone else. This isn't a coincidence. When you inspire others, you create a safe space, a kind of invisible trust that encourages people to be vulnerable. Your energy, your empathy, and your genuine interest in others make them feel seen and heard. They sense that you won't judge them, and that you might even understand what they're going through. You might not realize it, but your ability to listen, to offer comfort, or simply to be present is a rare gift. People are drawn to you because you make them feel hopeful, understood, and less alone. That's the essence of inspiration, making others believe in themselves, even if just for a moment. Sign 2. Your words stick with people. Have you ever said something in passing only to have someone remind you of it months or even years later? Maybe you offered a piece of advice, shared a personal story, or simply encouraged someone when they needed it most. And then, out of the blue, they tell you, "I never forgot what you said that day." This is a powerful sign that you're more inspiring than you think. Your words have a way of resonating with people, echoing in their minds long after the conversation is over. You might not remember what you said, but they do, because it touched them, motivated them, or gave them a new perspective. Inspiration isn't always about grand speeches or dramatic gestures. Sometimes it's a simple sentence, a kind word, or a moment of honesty that changes someone's life. If people often quote you, thank you for your advice, or tell you that your words made a difference, know that you're leaving a lasting mark.
Sign 3. People seek your opinion or guidance. Another sign that you're an inspiring person is how often others come to you for advice or guidance. Maybe your friends ask for your thoughts before making big decisions. Maybe colleagues value your perspective at work, or perhaps even acquaintances reach out to you when they're facing challenges. This isn't just about being knowledgeable or experienced. It's about the way you see the world, the wisdom, clarity, and hope you bring to every situation. People trust your judgment because you inspire confidence. They believe that you'll help them see things differently, or at least help them find the courage to move forward. You might not see yourself as a mentor, but to others, you are. Your ability to guide, support, and encourage is a form of inspiration that changes lives, often in ways you'll never fully know. Sign 4. You lead by example, not by force. True inspiration doesn't come from telling others what to do. It comes from living your truth. If you find that people are motivated by your actions, your work ethic, or your attitude, even when you're not trying to impress anyone, that's a sign you're inspiring. Maybe you pursue your passions with quiet determination. Maybe you treat everyone with kindness, regardless of their status. Maybe you overcome challenges with resilience and grace. Whatever it is, people notice. They watch how you handle life's ups and downs, and they learn from your example. You don't have to be loud or charismatic to inspire others. Sometimes the most powerful inspiration comes from those who simply live authentically, showing others what's possible through their own choices and behavior.
Sign 5. You encourage others to be themselves. One of the most beautiful forms of inspiration is helping others embrace who they are. If people feel more comfortable, more confident, or more authentic around you, it's because you give them permission to be themselves. Maybe you celebrate people's differences, support their dreams, or stand up for what's right. Maybe you're open about your own struggles and vulnerabilities, making it easier for others to do the same. Your acceptance, your honesty, and your encouragement create a ripple effect, helping others break free from self-doubt and fear. If you notice that people become more expressive, more creative, or more courageous after spending time with you, that's a sure sign you're inspiring them to live more fully. Sign 6. You're remembered for how you made people feel. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." If you're the kind of person whose presence lingers in people's hearts, whose kindness or support is remembered long after you're gone, you are an inspiration. Maybe someone tells you, "I always feel better after talking to you," or "You helped me through a tough time." Maybe people reach out to you years later just to thank you for being there. These are not small things. They are the marks of someone who inspires hope, healing, and growth in others.
Sign 7. People try to imitate you, even in small ways. Have you ever noticed someone picking up your habits, using your favorite phrases, or even changing their style after spending time with you? Maybe a friend starts reading the books you recommend, or a colleague adopts your approach to solving problems. Sometimes people even begin to mirror your gestures or your way of speaking without realizing it. This isn't about copying for the sake of imitation. It's a subconscious sign of admiration and inspiration. When you inspire others, they naturally want to incorporate parts of your personality, your mindset, or your lifestyle into their own. It's their way of saying, "I see something in you that I want to bring into my life." You might not notice these subtle shifts, but they're happening all around you. The way you live, the choices you make, and the energy you bring to the world are quietly influencing those who cross your path. Sign 8. You uplift others without realizing it. Sometimes your mere presence is enough to lift someone's spirits. Maybe you walk into a room and the atmosphere changes. People seem happier, more relaxed, or more hopeful when you're around. You might not be doing anything special, just being yourself, but your energy is contagious. You have a way of making people feel seen, valued, and appreciated. You notice the good in others and aren't afraid to point it out. Your encouragement, even in small doses, can be the spark someone needs to keep going. If you've ever been told, "You always know how to make me feel better," or "I feel more positive when I'm with you," take it as a sign of your quiet yet powerful inspiration.
Sign 9. You're often the go-to person in a crisis. When things go wrong, who do people turn to? If you find that friends, family, or coworkers seek you out during tough times, it's because they trust your strength and perspective. You have a calming presence, a way of seeing solutions where others see only problems. You might not have all the answers, but your ability to stay grounded, to listen without judgment, and to offer hope makes you a pillar for those around you. In moments of chaos, your steadiness becomes a source of inspiration. You may not realize it, but your resilience and calm under pressure are qualities that others deeply admire and try to emulate. Sign 10. You inspire change even when you don't see it. Sometimes the changes you inspire in others are invisible to you. Maybe someone decided to pursue a dream, leave a toxic relationship, or start a new habit because of something you said or did. They might never tell you, but your influence sets something in motion. Inspiration isn't always about immediate results. It's about planting seeds, ideas, hopes, possibilities that grow over time. You might never see the full impact of your words or actions, but trust that you are making a difference. If you've ever heard, "You made me see things differently," or "Because of you, I finally took that step," know that your inspiration is working quietly, changing lives in ways you can't always measure.
Sign 11. You're not afraid to be vulnerable. True inspiration comes from authenticity, not perfection. If you're willing to share your struggles, admit your mistakes, or talk about your fears, you give others permission to do the same. Your vulnerability is a bridge. It connects you to others on a human level. People are inspired by those who are real, who show up as they are, flaws and all. When you're open about your journey, your setbacks, and your growth, you remind others that it's okay to be imperfect. You show them that strength isn't about never falling, but about getting back up every time. If people thank you for your honesty, or if they say, "I feel less alone because of you," it's a sign that your vulnerability is inspiring others to embrace their own stories. Sign 12. You're driven by purpose, not just success. Inspiring people are often motivated by something deeper than personal gain. Maybe you care deeply about a cause, a community, or a vision for the future. You want to make a difference, not just for yourself, but for others. Your sense of purpose shines through in everything you do. It's in the way you work, the way you help others, and the way you pursue your goals. People notice your passion and are drawn to it. They see that you're not just chasing success, you're living for something bigger. If you've ever been told, "Your passion is contagious," or "I feel less alone because of you," it's because your purpose is inspiring others to find their own.
Sign 13. You're humble about your impact. Ironically, the most inspiring people are often the least aware of their influence. You might downplay your achievements, brush off compliments, or feel like you're just doing what anyone else would do. But to others, your humility is part of what makes you so inspiring. You don't seek attention or praise. You don't need to be in the spotlight. You simply live your truth, help where you can, and move forward with quiet confidence. This humility makes your inspiration even more powerful because it comes from a place of authenticity, not ego. If people are always telling you how much you mean to them and you're surprised by it, take a moment to recognize the quiet power you hold. Sign 14. Your absence is felt deeply. Just as with attractiveness, inspiration leaves a void when it's gone. If people notice when you're not around, if the energy shifts, if things feel less hopeful, or if people reach out to say they miss you, it's a sign that your presence is a source of light. You might not realize how much you matter to those around you until you're not there. Your absence is a reminder of the inspiration you bring, often in ways that words can't fully capture.
Sign 15. You inspire others to inspire. Perhaps the most beautiful sign of all is when the inspiration you give to others starts to ripple outward. Maybe someone you encouraged goes on to help someone else. Maybe your story gives others the courage to share their own. Inspiration is contagious. It spreads from person to person, creating waves of positive change. If you've ever seen someone you helped become a source of support for others, or if you've watched your influence multiply through your community, know that you are at the heart of something much bigger than yourself.
Now that you've seen these signs, I want you to pause and reflect. How many of them have you noticed in your own life? Have you ever wondered why people trust you, seek your advice, or feel better after spending time with you? Have you ever been surprised by the impact your words or actions have had on someone else? The truth is, you don't have to be famous, wealthy, or extraordinary to inspire others. You just have to be real. Your struggles, your triumphs, your kindness, and your courage, all of it matters. All of it is seen, felt, and remembered by those around you. If you've ever doubted your ability to make a difference, let this be your reminder. You are already inspiring others, often in ways you'll never fully understand. Your life is a story that gives hope, courage, and light to the world. So the next time you question your worth, remember the quiet influence you hold. Embrace your role as an inspiration, not out of pride, but out of gratitude for the chance to touch lives, even in the smallest ways.